I'm sick and tired of hearing about all of the radicals and the perverts and the liberals and the leftists and the communists coming out of the closets. It's time for God's people to come out of the closets, out of the churches, and change America. We must do it.
That I continue to look to the scriptures today for fulfillment and for guidance. Indeed, it is an incontrovertible fact that all the complex and horrendous questions confronting us at home and worldwide have their answer in that single book.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said.
You know, in the days before my father passed away in 2007, he joked with CNN that he dreamed that Chelsea Clinton had interviewed him about the 3 greatest threats facing this nation. He replied, those 3 greatest threats are Osama, Obama, and your mama.
This is a government jobs program that lets in more migrants.
Not to mention how much we're paying for the migrants' kids to go to school.
But now the migrants are shutting down the hospitals in Denver more than COVID ever did.
We shouldn't be allowing even one migrant into the country.
Isn't this really an attempt, ultimately, to destroy the country internally?
That's exactly what it is.
Evangelicals, Christians of every denomination, and believers of every faith have never had a greater champion, not even close, in the White House than you have right now. I think you know that.
Jeffers? Yes. Prayer? Let's pray together, may we? Yes.
Studies dating back to the 1950s, such as Adorno's The Authoritarian Personality, describe a consistent psychological pattern amongst those who back authoritarians. These people tend to crave order, they fear ambiguity, and they feel safe when someone strong tells them what's right and wrong. They're drawn to authority figures who punish outsiders and promise to restore greatness. Trump didn't just fit that archetype, he weaponized it. MAGA didn't create resentment, it exploited it. As social change accelerated in the 21st century, millions of Americans felt left behind economically, culturally, and racially. When the world grows too complicated, resentment becomes an identity. MAGA offered folks a simple story. It's emotional cocaine. It numbs confusion with resentment. Right-wing media, from Fox News to QAnon, built an ecosystem that feeds people a steady diet of fear, lies, and self-righteousness. Algorithms reward anger, not logic or critical thinking. And what used to be considered cruel, like mocking the disabled, vilifying immigrants, and excusing violence, becomes patriotic. The more absurd or hateful the belief, the more it proves loyalty. That's how cults work, and MAGA's no different. The most dangerous form of MAGA isn't political, it's theological. Christian nationalism has wrapped Trumpism in the language of divine mission, turning a political cult into a crusade. It tells followers that America was founded as a Christian nation, that secular democracy is satanic, and that dissent is rebellion against God. Once faith and politics fuse, compromise becomes sin, and violence becomes holy. These people aren't really trying to save Christianity, they're weaponizing it. They've convinced themselves it's God's will to create a Christianized America, a kind of Christian Iran where joy does not exist and fear is the weapon of choice. In that world, dissent is blasphemy and democracy is heresy. They're not fighting for religious freedom, they're fighting for control. Christian nationalism doesn't elevate faith, it corrupts it. It gives moral cover to cruelty and calls vengeance virtue. It wraps hate in hymns and convinces believers that bigotry is a form of obedience. It's a religion emptied of reflection, where conscience is replaced by command and curiosity by fear. The Sermon on the Mount has been tossed aside, replaced with slogans that sanctify anger and call it righteousness. When citizens believe they're soldiers in a holy war, there's no line they won't cross because they think heaven is on their side. That's why this movement represents the gravest internal threat to this country since 1861, the Civil War. MAGA isn't a political movement, it's a psychological and spiritual obsession. It feeds on fear, resentment, and the illusion of moral superiority. It gives the lost cause and the cruel a permission slip. History shows that movements built on lies and hate collapse under the weight of their own stupidity. But truth doesn't rebuild itself. Decent people do.